Hey guys, Jay here. So I want to give you guys a quick update on the progression on my Autosparker character. I've just put another 20 Divine into the build, bringing the cost that I personally have spent to 70 Divine on the character. The prices, if you want to replicate this character, disclaimer, should be higher because the prices of a lot of items in the build actually skyrocketed. Even the simplest item like this one, it used to be, I bought this one for 5x old. Right now it's like 2 divine. The amulet, not the amulet, but the Alpha's How helmet here used to be 1 divine when I bought it. There's a lot of it. Right now it's like 5. So yeah, things changes. Anyway, I got Ingenuity. This cost me 16 divine when I bought it yesterday. 69%, very nice number. I like this number, so I look for this number and I bought the cheapest one available, and it allowed me to get a lot more power, a lot more mana, a lot more whatever I have on my rings. If you compare a ring to a belt, normally you will see in most build right now a ring is way stronger. The belt has a lot of limitation. The only attribute it can give is strength. You cannot get intelligence for in stacking build like this one. You cannot get O attribute row as well. So this ring is way stronger overall. So Ingenuity, insane upgrade if you can afford it. For me, it is 16 divine, by the way. The second upgrade. Oh, by the way, I spent 1 divine to change out my ring. It's a little bit different from the previous one. Previous one have more resistances. This one, instead of 1 resistant row, it has O attribute. So I have a little bit more attribute. So, oh, by the way, with the new attribute here and the Ingenuity, I actually have enough attribute to use helmets, the Alpha's House, so I don't need to convert the requirement into intelligence anymore. I can satisfy the dexterity, so I can get 2% mana rune soul core on this one, on the helmet. The second change, second upgrade is against the darkness. This one I got a little bit lucky. So if you want to buy this exact one, it is 6 divine on the market currently at the point that I'm recording this video. The exact same roll, 4% intelligence and 1% maximum lightning resistances. I bought a 2% intelligence roll for 2 divine and I spent 1 divine on it and it hit 4%. So I just saved 3 divine there, but that is pure RNG, right? You need to gamble to get it, but if you don't want to gamble, you can just guarantee to buy it with 6 divine, at least for the current price. And this one gives me a lot of extra intelligence. Previously, I have around 600. Now I have a total of 750. So that is a lot of improved intelligence. The belt and then the jewel give me a lot more intelligence. So it results in a lot more mana as well. Before I have 6.3k mana. Right now I have 7.3. So 1k mana, insanely good. In order to accommodate with the change of the jewel here, the skill tree changes a little bit. So I no longer path through this area. I instead go this way, grab the breaking point, and Mind Over Matter through here. I no longer get the jewel slot here and no longer get the jewel slot here. Because I can get 4% intelligence here, 4% intelligence here. I can get 3 points here, get a bunch of lightning penetration, which is pretty good, and then 4% intelligence, obviously. So this is very good. Other than that, I traveled through this 2 node to get to this bunch of nodes, still extremely strong. And then with the leftover point, I take 2 jewel slot in here and here. 3-pointer jewels, I think it's very good. Other than that, on the skill tree, there is another thing that is notable, that this is a weapon set passive. So this shock magnitude node is only for the single target, the rare staff weapon set, which is weapon set 2 for me, and the chain points here, the 1, 2, 3, 4 point. This is for clearing for the earthbound weapon set, which for me is weapon set 1. There is a little bit of an upgrade that is quite cheap that I think you can do is right here. I have the Grand Spectrum. Instead of just a normal Grand Spectrum, it is corrupted with a little bit more resistances. It cost me 1 extra divine. The normal one, like this one, is 1 divine. But the things with this one, I bought both of them for 2 divine, so it's a pretty good upgrade. If you can find some, if you need some extra resistances, you can try to have it. The best corruption is, by the way, intelligence, but that might be a little bit more pricey. So I need a little bit of resistances to recap my resistances. That is why I go for 7% fire and 7% lightning. So as you can see here, if I don't have these two, I would not be capped on resistances. I do have another way to cap resistances, which I can do a fire quality on the ruby ring here. It will give the O elemental resistances, and it will give the fire resistances a 20% boost, which is going to be enough. But you know, I want to put attribute here or mana in here. It's going to give me more mana, and yeah, this is a good way to actually get some extra resistance. So other than that, everything else in the build is the same. The gem setup is the same. Nothing changed. So in order to have some showcase for this video, I'm going to run the Bridgestone. This is the Bridgestone. This time is tier 4, by the way. I finished 4 Bridgestone already, and now I have 8 out of 8 points. So this is the highest tier, and we'll see the bridge. Well, spoiler alert, it's still very good for bridge. And you'll see. What you do is you kill something, and then you just walk through. Pretty much. If there is a drought for monsters, so there's no monster spawn, you will need to recast when new monster appear and there's no spark nearby. But overall, the clear is pretty damn good. You can see for yourself, right? I don't need to like try and advertise anymore. Just walking through. And by the way, spoiler for the damage on the bosses. So basically, tier 1 bridge, right, with the previous version as well. Tier 1 bridge is a 1-shot. Tier 2 is a 2-shot. Tier 3 is a 3-shot. And you know, surprise, surprise, a tier 4 bridge, I've done it once. It is 4-shot. So it takes 4 casts on shock, lightning conduit to kill it. It's okay. I think it is an acceptable amount of damage. We can still upgrade quite a lot in terms of single target. There's still a lot of room for improvement, but obviously it is going to require a lot of extra money as well. I'm enjoying this build very much, so probably I will, you know, invest more into the build and try to actually get a GG character to some degree. It feels amazing while mapping. It can pretty much do every content for different budgets. Lower budget, obviously, you cannot do everything, but you know, when you invest into it, you can apparently do anything. Rattling Scepter. I have feeling for that. So now we got to the boss, and we put down the Sigil of Power, and we just cast away. Look at your mana, by the way. Don't let it drop too low, and actually prioritize dodging stuff. I'm not very good at boss mechanic, but you know. And yeah, that is the boss. All right. Not the cleanest fight because I literally don't know any mechanic. I just all the like previous encounter, I just literally like kill it and just randomly move around. Don't stand in one place. So yeah, that is the build at the moment. So again, so far I'm very satisfied with the build. I will leave a link in the description for the Maxroll, which technically is also a POB link. So you can see the build, the POB for the build. You can see the Maxroll link for the build. And also there's a second POB that I will plan reflecting this current character, because the skill trees change a little bit compared to the basic one that I have shown in a lot of previous videos. So if you want to see like the performance of the build for clearing, for content, on lower budget, you can check out my other videos on the channel as well. I have like more than 10 videos on this build already. I'm milking it a lot, I know, but you know, I have a very limited amount of time to play, and I choose to spend it on this one. So what else can I do? Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy, and if you do, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. That is the best way that you can help me right now, and really appreciate it. So like and subscribe. Peace. I hope you do enjoy the build.